What do you think is going to happen?
Well pronounced. My sources in Athens, and that was late last night, were telling me that, yes, they were not surprised, in fact, that the Sunday, late Sunday, early Monday morning meeting broke up. Fair enough. Next, what happens is Tsipras gives up nearly 95% of what is asked to him on Thursday. About a third of his cabinet resigns in protest, but don't vote against him in Parliament in order not to bring the government down, because that will be unique. It's the first left-wing government ever elected in Greece, and it commits suicide within 3 months. So this is not going to happen. They will be allowed to protest, but the measures will be put in front of the Parliament and will be voted. So effectively, Greece gives in on Thursday.
That's your call.
Yeah.
Because political infighting has been the mark.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the reason why possibly Tsipras is holding it right to the last moment. He's playing a very stupid game. Actually, my sources indicated a very nice simile to the fact that about a third of the cabinet, which is very left-wing, it's like children that were left for the first time inside a kindergarten called the real world, and they're in a real state of shock. Okay, so it was neither disparaging, not necessarily, let's say, ridiculing what the Greek political system had to deliver, which they just couldn't. Well, now they have to. End of story.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing. That may and well be true. Of course, we'll see. Yeah. But there's a lot of pressure from the Euro side as well, because at the end of the day, they have said pretty much, this is an ultimatum, take it or leave it, yeah, stop playing games.
Let's split it up in a couple of things. One of the stumbling blocks was the primary surplus as a percentage of GDP. Well, I can tell you, this is such a ridiculous notion. I don't know why they are fighting about it. First, it's not a sum of money. Okay, it is ultimately, it will be a sum of money, but expressed as a percentage of GDP at a time that nobody knows what the GDP of Greece is going to be like, neither they possibly know what the primary surplus would be like, is the reality they are fighting over a handful of sand which is slipping through their fingers. So the Greek says we can do 1.5%, and the European says no, you have to do 2.5%. Given that the GDP in a year's time, nobody has the slightest clue what it's going to be like. So the notion is that they will have enough money at the end of the day, after they paid all the current expenses, they will have enough money to pay a little bit for amortization and interest rates. That's what the primary surplus is about. Well, it's not necessarily a number.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's creating a lot of downside pressure in markets today. Here in Asia, there's a sell-off. Of course, the Greek breakdown is really
rightly. There is also the added issue that for Greece to leave not the European Union, to leave the euro necessitates several steps, and these steps can easily be taken without Greece leaving the euro. Cyprus closed completely its banking system for weeks at a time. Okay, so can the Greeks without leaving the euro. So in other words, a lot of it fights over technicalities. Look, they don't pay the IMF. Does it mean the IMF doesn't get paid immediately? No, it means they give notice to the IMF, and the IMF needs approximately 2.5 months of internal processing for it to say, the Greeks haven't paid. So the Greeks will have 3 months not paying the IMF whilst they scramble to find the money to pay the IMF. And I'm not giving you rumors, I'm giving you the actual rules. The board of IMF have to be formally notified within 2 months. So the Greeks delay 1 month, it gets formally notified for 2 months, and then at the end of 3 months, the IMF, as I said, the Greeks haven't paid us.